Welcome to Blowing Solutions Wide Open, where we're talking about all things spiritual as well as creating new systems in the area of healthcare, government, finance, education, and new environmental practices. My name is Addie Halkin. If you think that you have ideas or things to share in any of those areas, please feel free to email me, blowingsolutionswideopen@gmail.com, or you can put the word guest in the comment section of this video, and I'd love to connect with you and potentially have you come on this channel and share with people what you know. If you have ideas around helping the planet or helping humanity in subjects that I did not just cover, that's great too. I'd love to hear about it. And if you're not somebody that wants to be on a podcast, but you'd like to contribute to getting information through, no problem. Leave it in the comment section of the video, or certainly you can email me that info. And also please like, subscribe, share, comment, all those things if you want to see more content or you have an interest in getting alternative information out to more people. Today I am doing a little something different. I'm sitting here in my backyard and I'm going to take you guys with me and show you something that I just purchased and I'm learning about. And so hopefully you can see this. This is a composter. It's a turnable composter. So basically you're able to shift your compost around by flipping the unit around. And the reason I chose this one is because I have, enough property to put something like this on it, but I don't have enough to actually do it in the ground, which is probably the best way. I am by no means an expert. I'm still learning. I'm still watching lots of YouTube videos. There's tons of them out there. I would highly encourage you to go check those out if you have any interest in doing something like this. But I wanted to give you a little kind of demonstration on how it works. So for this one, it's got 2 chambers in there, and I'm gonna open my bucket. I'm not high class enough to have like a technical composting countertop container yet, so this is my bucket of grossness. It's a lot of coffee grounds and there's some fruit and vegetables and things like that in there. So the trick with composting is you want to have roughly about 75% of what is called browns. So browns are leaves, paper products, cardboard, anything that biodegrades but is really dry and has a lot of carbon to it. That's the bulk of what you want to put in your compost because it basically absorbs a lot of the odor, and odor is definitely something to pay attention to. Compost is not technically supposed to not smell good. When it doesn't smell good, it just simply means that something's off. And then also you want 25% of what are called greens, and those are things like what I have in here. So that's like water-based plants and vegetables, fruits, coffee grounds, things like that, maybe eggshells, things like that. Another trick that I have been really doing a lot of is anything I put in there, I really try to shred it up because it's going to compost a lot quicker if you do it that way. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and dump this in. And then today I have a lot of shredded paper, so that's what I'm going to use as my browns. And I'm just going to guesstimate here, so I'm going to, roughly put quite a bit more of that than what I just dumped in on the greens. Hopefully I don't make too much of a mess here. All right. And then I'm going to shut it. Flip it around. That's one good thing about these kind of composters is you don't have to do a lot of mixing or anything like that. So every day I kind of come out here and flip it around whether I put stuff in there or not. And so that's that. Now I'm going to go ahead and take you over here. Hopefully I don't screw up this camera too much. I'm not always the best with this. So this is, there we go. I have a hard time seeing. This is another thing that I just recently purchased. That last one was about $40. So this one is about, I can't seem to get it right there. This one was free on Facebook Marketplace. So I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty homemade. It's kind of a cool little unit here. The reason I like this composter is because it's really big. And I know that I can put my grass clippings in here. And for those of you who mow your lawn, you get a lot of grass clippings. So I felt like this was a good one to use specifically for that. And then obviously with the grass clippings, you're going to want a whole bunch of browns like leaves, paper, that kind of thing. Another thing that I have been using lately is that when I first started composting, I noticed that the odor was quite strong. And so I have been using a lot of topsoil as well as baking soda, and that's really helped on cutting down the scent. So it's another trick you can use. So anyway, same thing here. I can flip it around, I can spin it, and that creates oxygen in there to, you know, quicken the composting process. One last trick that you can use if you're really on a budget, you can use like an old trash can. And one of the things you can do with it is you can basically put holes in the bottom, which will encourage things like worms and certain insects to get in there and really start helping your composting process. But another thing I want to show you that I learned in a video is that you can stick like a large tube in there, and I don't know what the scientific reasons are around this. I think it's something to do with this tube will create more airflow in your compost, and therefore when you're using like a trash can to compost your stuff, you don't really have to do a lot of mixing if you've got this tube in there. There's something about that that creates the right conditions so that you don't actually have to do a lot of stirring your stuff around. So another thing to know. And while this stuff may not be, you know, I don't know, I know that I was not excited about composting for a long time, but as I've learned more and more about it, I realized that one, it's not that hard, but also it's we are just, I mean, we're not in a place to sit around and, you know, mock people for trying to do this kind of thing. We're in a place where we are 60 years away from being deplete with our soil, which means, you know, your kids don't eat, or if you're still alive, you don't eat. That's not something we can do. I mean, we can't get to the point of no return. And so to start caring about this stuff, I can't imagine why you wouldn't. And I realize that not everybody's in a situation where they can do something like I just showed you. I mean, some of us are in apartments, some of us don't have the ability to do that, and I get that. Although I do know that you can certainly utilize your city's compost pile, and that's one way to maybe get around the living conditions. But anyhow, I feel good about it. I think that you know, the changes on this planet are not necessarily going to come from everybody waking up right, you know, and doing the right thing. I think that it's going to take each individual person taking responsibility for themselves and actually caring about the younger people on this planet in order to shift this. But the power is in our hands, and we're absolutely able to do it. So again, I'm not an expert. Go do your own research on this. There's tons and tons of videos on composting. Every single one of them I watch, I learn something. And so it's a really good thing to start. There should be no reason that you can't, you know, other than if you don't have the space to do it. And before I go, I think my cat wants to say hi. So let me take you over here. Hey, buddy. Hi, Randy. All right, well, he's not that social today, but he just got himself like a whole new catio, like a whole new outdoor enclosure thing, so he's kind of excited. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope you really look into this. It is a very easy thing that you can do to put your part in around helping this planet not destroy itself. All right, guys, take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.